do something that's really interesting. So maybe that's the goal, yeah, like giving them something, whether it's the message you wanted to tell them or something else. They either love you or hate you, but you just make your things the best you can. Yeah, I also like, well, I don't know if it's allowed in the interview, but
Sure.
I also like Mexican songs nowadays. Like, I find them really rich, like musically. Yeah, I've been listening to Mexican songs, like folk songs, and they're really cool because, well, I'm Mexican, so I guess it's printed or tattooed in my DNA. So,
Yeah. Are you planning on like doing some mix with Mexican music and electronic or some?
not really, but what I'm planning to do is one day I played in a nightclub, and there was this girl in the crowd, and when I finished playing, she told me like, she basically told me not to follow Europeans and follow more like Mexican styles, because she said that everything was cool, but the rhythm was not like Latin at all, you know. So she told me like, why don't you like mix the things you do with more percussive stuff, because in the end we're a mix like from Europeans and yeah, like indigenous people and Aztecs, Mayas or whatever. I really liked her comment or her opinion, and then when I got home I made some things like this. That's not like integrating Mexican folk music or mariachis or boleros or whatever, but that's like, I mean, way before there was any kind of instrument. Like, I think the first instruments were your voice, stones or whatever, so you made beats out of anything. So you have to mix that because we need to feel the rhythm with different percussions and different elements. And I can blend some Latin stuff with the electronic stuff. But I will never ever let go of the European style, maybe. That's what they call it, like chords and melodies. Because the electronic stuff with melodies and harmonies comes from Europe, I guess. So yeah, that made like an impact on me, because this girl was really there, sincere, and she told me that everyone was like, "Oh, that's perfect. Ooh, you're very cool. Ooh, that's great." And she was like the only one who told me like, "It's good, but I don't like this." And I like those comments because they make you grow, I guess. So yeah, I plan to mix those things as well.
Yeah, have you started trying to make that mix?
Yeah, I have a song, and it's really cool. I really like it. It's actually the song I enjoy the most playing live.
Was it like hard to do the mix?
Not really. No, it wasn't that difficult. Once she told me, I came home and then I made the mix, and I watched the movie. It's called Apocalipto. It's really cool because it's about like the Mayan culture. Our country is very rich culturally, so we cannot underestimate like where we come from. Like, we have to, in order to know where you have to go, you have to first like know like where you come from. Yeah.
Or do you think you're going to like do this mixing, I don't know, like the rest of your music?
What I would try to do is just like rely on the music. If the music is good and if you feel it, then it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess like at the end, like, I don't know, like when you make some music, it's based on like all the other music, you know.
Yeah, the other music, you know, the other elements you take, and for example, for this song, I also took some samples. Like, I took some vocals from a guy I follow on Facebook. He's like a motivational speaker, I guess, like a coach, I guess, or a philosopher, whatever. And I took the vocals and mixed them with some melodies, and it's really cool because you get like this mixture or mix, like really weird mix, and so yeah, I have different elements. Look, this is like, so this is really basic, like basic normal stuff, and then you start adding like So more like bongos and congas and whatever, you know, not like just like disco stuff. And then there's this. And then there's this. So yeah, it's more like tribal.
Yeah.
Like if you were in the jungle and didn't know what was happening. And then there's this. Like without music, it's only this. So it's more like Latin based, I guess. And then there's the European kick, if you want to call it like that. But this is richer than just like this, you know? Cause
Yeah.
So and then you add like melodies, and then you add the bass. Yeah, and you get like the melodies. And you also get the rhythmic stuff. Yeah. And then you can go like crazy. I like this song because there's a part where I go like crazier with a different bass line. Which is this. Yeah, so that's like tribal, and that's based on what this girl told me and based on the movie I saw. So I wanted to feel like I was in the jungle. So this is really jungly, like yeah, like you're in a circle.
Yeah.
There's like a fire, and it's night, and you're about to begin like a big ceremony, and there's going to be like a sacrifice, and like. They're gonna take the heart out of someone. And there's like a big pyramid, and maybe the moon is shining, and yeah. So that's the idea.
Cool. It's very cool.
Something like this.
Yeah, I feel like dancing.
Yeah, something like that.
Hey UC3P listeners, I'm Thomas.
And I'm Nick.
In the United States, public faith in the military remains sky high, while trust in other government institutions sinks to an all-time low.
At the same time, fewer than 1% of Americans will ever serve in the armed forces, and the cultural divide between active duty troops and the civilian population continues to widen.
UC3P presents a new series, Thank You for Your Service, where we take a deep dive into the complex world of civil-military affairs.
We'll address the politicization of the military, defense policy in the news, and the importance of staying informed in a democracy.
Join us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts as we explore how our professional military institution relates to the society it serves.
Do you put like, before you play, like some order, like some logical order in the songs? I don't know, like one follows the next one because of some reason.
Yeah, up to this point, it's been a bit difficult how I play my songs because there's no real order, I guess. I just, people invite me to play, and then I think about what the club is, like what kind of people go there, how I will make them dance and stuff. But yeah, that's the whole thing I'm trying to get away from. That's what I'm talking about. It will take me years to do that, but that's where I want to head. Being able to read them live and in that moment change the song, which is really easy to achieve with this program That's why it's called Ableton Live, because you can change clips whenever you want. So maybe you can change the rhythmic pattern to introduce a new rhythmic pattern and change the melody to blend it with another. I follow some rules right now, and yeah, I decide which song will go first and which song will go next, and that's it. And then you try to mix them. Then you play as a DJ. Yeah, it's about blending and mixing.
What else? Do you have any other song projects besides the ones that are completely electronic?
It's an idea, but I want to sing. I want to use my voice, not for this, maybe, or maybe I will in the future. I'm not really sure. I don't know right now, but I'm just beginning. I'm like thinking what I will do and how I will do it. And before I was like a bit ashamed, or you always think on what like people will say about your voice. It's not like, I guess some people don't feel fear or shame, but to me it's a bit difficult with the voice. I like my skills on the keyboard, I like my skills with the computer, I like my skills in different areas. With the drumming, I never had problems having or playing the drums, but when it comes to my voice, it's like a bit difficult, you know, so... And I was thinking actually yesterday that I need to read more. Because if I want to make lyrics to songs, I need to be like well informed about what's good and what's not. Or who knows, maybe just writing songs with no sense at all. And like not being Shakespeare at all, just like writing simple normal words. But that's my process. So the answer to your question is no, I don't have a project right now, it's only an idea. But I would love to do something like that.
Yeah, that's very cool. And what about the song that you were playing before in the piano? Can you tell us about it?
I've been listening to a guy called Niels Fram, and I had this idea that sometimes the music you love the most is like when you go to the movies and you hear a soundtrack and it gets like within you, like you get stuck with that soundtrack. This guy mixes like he makes music mixed with electronic stuff, but he uses a piano. That's my point. That's where I'm like trying to go, and he's really good at it, and that's why I was making this melody. And you make music not focusing on what will end up like in the computer. You make music based on the keyboard. It comes from the guitar. Yeah, do you want me to show you?
Yeah.
Okay, so this thing. Yeah, this chord. Yesterday I was thinking that there are some roads in life that you don't take, and you mess up, and well, that's part of life. But what would have happened if you took those roads, like with a girl or with a decision you made or whatever? So I was like a bit like nostalgic yesterday at night. So yeah, I started playing with the guitar. I took those and played them on the keyboard. So that's what I came up with. So the style I want to give it is like the Niels Fram style, or Jan Tiersen style, or the movies music sound, you know, like more like of a soundtrack, not like electronic stuff. Well, yeah, electronic stuff maybe, but yeah, it's like... But I guess I was nostalgic, or... I don't know. Yeah, it's the whole thing, but it comes from the guitar, and I came up with these chords, and it was something like this.